virtual general aviation aviator. And today I am curious to see how X-plane Cessna C172 compares to the Microsoft's flight simulator Cessna 172. So I'm going to take a short 11 nautical mile flight in real weather conditions with real time on in both flights using more or less pilotage, not so much the GPS, and see if I can't get to the runways. Now, disclaimer, I am a lot more used to flying the X-plane version, so turn some stuff off here because I'm starting from cold and dark. I'm a lot more used to flying the X-plane version, so I may be able to get there a little bit easier and faster in the X-plane version. So let's get started. All right, so I need to set this guy here. My compass to 050, which is I'm starting out at Raleigh-Durham, KRDU, on runway 5 right, and I'm going to spawn in there on both aircraft. Okay, battery, and fuel pump, mixture for rich, crack it, and crack the throttle, pop off. This is fuel injected, prop clear, and got a good start. Okay, generators can come on, alternator can come on, landing lights can come on, strobes can come on, beacon light should have been on, is on, and avionics can come on, and I'm not really going to use any avionics. Let me turn this other avionics switch on. There we go. I should get an ADAS here, and I do that in both aircraft just for comparison. Okay, the frequency for RDU is 123.8. All right, so 23.8. COM2.
Raleigh-Durham INTL information India. 1700 Zulu weather. Wind 030 at 11 gust 21. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 1800 scattered. 3800.
I'm not sure you guys can hear that.
5,800 scattered. Temperature 23, dew point 18. Altimeter 2991. Arriving runway 32. Departing runway 32. Advise on initial contact, you have India.
Okay, I got India, and I'm going to repeat it this time just in case you didn't pick that up. Actually, let me do this. I am going to turn down the engine noises and turn up the radio. Exterior. All right.
Raleigh-Durham INTL information India.
India.
1700 Zulu weather. Wind 030 at 11 gust 21. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 1800 scattered. 3800 broken. 5800 scattered. Temperature 23. Dew point 18. Altimeter 2991.
2991.
Arriving runway 32. Departing runway 32. Advise on initial contact, you have India.
So with this particular scenery package I got, they never give the default runways for RDU. They hush They tend, that's my dog, they tend to give me 3-2 and 1-4,
Raleigh-Durham
which
INTL
is
information
totally
India.
wrong. Okay, but without further ado, let's get in there. We're not going to go through any more pre-flight cigar. Okay, and again, we are going to use pilot pitch. I do know. Let me put this on runway heading. I'm on 5 left. Gee whiz, I thought I set this thing. Yeah. Let's see, 5. This got off somehow. Okay. I think that's good there. Now I am running, as you can see, traffic global. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the labels for that so they won't be a distraction. And just want to see the top of the column here, and let's kill the brakes. Full power. Airspeed's coming alive. When you get in that white arc, it's alive. Airspeed's alive. 60 and rotate. And we're airborne. Now winds were 11, gusting to 21. And be curious to see if the winds are the same in the other sim. Okay, I'm giving some right rudder to remain to keep my head in that 5, and I'm still at full power. I didn't give it any flaps, so I don't have those to worry about. And if I'm not mistaken, a heading of about 100 should take me to Lakeridge. My cruising altitude is only going to be 1,500 feet, which I am coming up on now. So let's nose her over with the yoke. Let's power back and let us settle, and then we'll trim it. And I am not really trying to look at my instruments as much as I am trying to keep an eye out the window to hold my altitude. So one of the things that folks tend to do in flight sim is rely strictly on those instruments, and we tend to chase that vertical speed indicator, which I don't want to do. Okay. So I've heard some people, and well, I participate in forums a lot, and some of the people complain that X-Plane feels like it's riding on rails compared to Microsoft Flight Sim. And you guys may be right for the ones who say that, because if I'm in calm air, then I don't feel a lot of turbulence. But right now, with the with the winds being 11 gusting, I can certainly feel those gusts, and the winds are not exactly, let me do some checks here. Oil pressure is fine. EEG needs to be adjusted. So let me trim it out hopefully, and I can stop paying so much attention. Let's use that mixture to get that EEG up. Now, there is a way to adjust that EEG to go leaner peak or either richer peak. And right now I am rich a peak. So what I did is I let the EEG go up all the way to peak, and then I kept adding fuel until the EEG came down. That's called richer peak. If I let it go up to peak, which is about right here, and then actually I did it backwards, but now I'm adding fuel, and actually I did it right the first time. So now I'm leaner peak, but anyway, I digress. Let's see. Now we're looking for 8NC8 Lakeridge. And because I'm in my own neck of the woods, I may be able to find this airport. I know flying to the north. All right, let me tell you what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm looking for the highway, Highway 70 into Durham, and because, let's see, this got to be it right here. All right, and I have ortho scenery, and there's usually a building with a red top. Now there's some basic changes, so I'm not sure my ortho is working the way it should be, but if I can find that building with the red roof, then that kind of helps me make sure I'm on track. Now I see these buildings here, and that would indicate downtown Durham, which is totally wrong, but so that tells me I am way off. So this looks like it may be, I'm not sure, but that's the challenge. Watch my keep my sight picture. Sight picture here. Flow look good. Okay, so I see the lake, and I know that the ANCA Lake Ridge is on this lake somewhere, and I know that it's just off the interstate and between two bridges. Now, winds were, I forgot what winds were. Let's get a ATIS again. And I thought I dialed that into COM 2, but apparently I put it on COM 1.
Raleigh-Durham INTL information in view. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind 030 at 11 gust 21. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 1,800 scattered, 3,800 broken, 5,800 scattered. Temperature 2.1.
Get my winds out.
Altitude 2991.
So I think that's one of the landmarks I'm looking for.
Departing runway 32. Advise on initial contact, you have in view.
So we got runway 32 and 14 to choose from. This is 14.
INTL information in view. 1800 smooth weather. Wind 030 at 11 gust 21.
030.
More than 10. Sky conditions 1080.
Okay, so 030 is going to put me, I think, on 32. So this is 32, and then this is 030 here. So yep, we'll do 32. And I think this bridge here is one bridge that I'm looking for. And let's see if I see the other bridge. Yep, there's the airport here, and there's the other bridge. So here, the pattern altitude is 1300, so I'm right at pattern now. And of course, I would have made a call that would have sounded something like Lakeridge, Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey is inbound, and 4 miles south for runway 14 Lakeridge. Okay, so there's my airport, and actually I would need to enter the pattern correctly, but I am, in the interest of time, because we got another sim to run, I am not going to enter it correctly. I'm just going to do a teardrop way over here and come back and line up for straight in. Okay, glumps, gas, lights, undercarriage, mixture and props, mixture and undercarriage, lights, landing light is on. And we know that 14 is the runway we want. So let's bring that bug around to 14, because since I am in the sim, I can't readily look out the window. I mean, I could, but it just don't work. Actually, I'm lining up for 32. Did I say 14? Yeah, I did say 14. So good catch there. All right, so add some power back and get back up to altitude. Lakeridge traffic, Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey on upwind, runway 14 Lakeridge. Okay. So this puts me on my upwind leg. Of course, we normally don't call an upwind because we don't normally enter the pattern the way I entered it, but that's okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't say 14. I said 0332. Duh. Lakeridge traffic, pull out. Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey. Is changing runways to runway 32. Downwind runway 32, Lakeridge. Okay. So belay that. Leaving. Let's see. Now I've got myself in a pickle here because I'm getting behind the aircraft here. So let me regroup. Lakeridge traffic. Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey, left crosswind, runway 32, Lakeridge. And get this outside, get my altitude where it needs to be. Okay. And I used to fly in real life over this airport, And right here over this interchange is where we make the pattern turn in the 172. Lakeridge traffic, Pilatus, Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey on left downwind, runway 32, Lakeridge. Okay, so, alright, so let's go here and get a beamed runway, and then we configure for landing. Okay, we're beam. Alright, so power back to 15. Flaps 1. Lakeridge traffic. Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey is turning left base, runway 32 Lakeridge. Okay. Pitch for 60. 65, I mean. Okay. Looking good. Turn founder. Fly the plane first. Alright, flaps 2. And this is a short grass strip, so we generally always come in on 4 flaps. Lakeridge traffic, Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey on final, runway 32 Lakeridge. Okay, and keep that pitch, get trimmed. Okay, and do have some gusts. Let's go 4 flaps. Trim. Speed up. Power in. And over this tree. And get down and transition about 10 feet over the runway, which is hard to judge in the sim. Power back, power out. I should have pulled the power out a long time ago. And we're down. Not the best landing, but I'll take it. Okay, so this is Lakeridge in X-plane, the Cessna C172. All right, and let's get off the runway. Lakeridge traffic, Cessna 175 Foxtrot Whiskey is clear to runway, Lakeridge. Okay, so let's jump in the other sim and do the same thing. Okay, I am back, and I'm sure that it looks like I never left, but rest assured, I've had to start this sim 3 times. One of the times was on me because I started with the wrong aircraft, but basically I've been having issues crop up, and hopefully Microsoft will resolve the issues. Okay, so I got props, I got throttle. Let's see. Now I am using the alpha yoke, and I just want to test stuff. Okay, so my avionics buttons are not working. All right, so let's go ahead and turn those off manually, and let's get this aircraft started. Now normally I wouldn't start up on the top tarmac on the runway, but I do want to try to keep stuff as consistently as I can. So let's go ahead and turn the battery on and adjust the mixture, crack the throttle, Prop clear. And we got a good start. All right. And alternator comes on. And I should have already had my beacon lights on. Second time I did that. Okay, landing lights can come on. My temperature should already be up, or temp is in the green. Strobe lights can come on, and nav lights are coming on even though it's daytime. My flight instructor once told me that if someone can see your nav lights in the daytime, then they're already way too close. Okay, so let's back out a little bit. Flaps are at takeoff. And trim is set to take off. Okay, so mixture 4 and throttle down to 1,000. All right, and we're ready to go. So, and we've already been cleared for takeoff. I am going to manage the radios. Okay. Brakes come off. For power, release brakes. And we are rolling. Airspeed's coming alive. Rotate. You're climbing out. That 65 is what we want. Pitch for 65. Once we raise our flaps, then we'll pitch for, I think it's 80 in this aircraft. Flaps up. Pitch for 80. Excuse me. All right, so we are using pilotage. So look for my highway. We want to level out at 1500. I am not having, go ahead and trim. I am not having to apply any right rudder at all. I have absolutely no right rudder in. And I did take off on 5, right? Because I am not seeing terrain that I'm familiar with. Okay, that must be the road that I'm looking for. Yeah, it is. That looks familiar. My dog wants some attention. Okay, I'm at 15, so I can lower my nose, power back. Get my sight picture so I don't have to focus on those instruments. Trim. Okay. That's about what I want. Okay, go away. Go away. He waits right until I videoing to want attention. Okay, so I recognize this building. That's a thrift store. And I'm still gaining altitude, so let me get back down. And I never did turn my avionics back on, so I never did get the ATIS.
Foxtrot Whiskey, you are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
All right.
Alaska 754 exit runway when able.
Raleigh Tower Cessna November 175 Foxtrot Whiskey frequency change.
Now, it froze. What's up with that?
Raleigh approach Cessna November 175 Foxtrot Whiskey is type Cessna Skyhawk 4 miles north of Raleigh 1,700 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
And this is only, well, maybe I hit active pulse. That's probably what happened. Yeah, that is what happened. So that's on me. Okay. Okay, so I still want to get down. Take some power out.
Cessna 5 Foxtrot Whiskey, did you hear my last transmission?
I did not.
Raleigh approach didn't copy. Please repeat for Cessna 5 Foxtrot Whiskey.
Cessna November 175 Foxtrot Whiskey Raleigh approach. Squawk 7216.
7216.
Cessna 5 Foxtrot Whiskey radar contact 5 miles north of Raleigh 1,600 feet.
Okay, there's the building with the red roof. So I recognize that building.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace Cessna 5 Foxtrot Whiskey.
And for all intents and purposes, I am done with the artificial ATC. All right, so I want to look for my lake, and I see my lake off in the distance. Give it a little power here. A little stuttering there. And let's see if we can't get the ATIS, because I am getting a little bouncing around here. Let's see. I had hoped to keep apples to apples, but I have been running into so much trouble. 123, so I need to make this 3, I believe. And then swap it. It's really hard to see those little numbers. And all right, let's try it now.
Raleigh Airport information, Kilo 1900 Zulu. Flight 234 at 5. Visibility, tree. Sky condition,
Yeah.
few clouds at 1,100.
So that's not working. That's just not working. Visibility 3 and winds is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, right. Okay, so there's one bridge and there's the other bridge. I know that the airport's between those two bridges. And this is the airport. Now, I want to land on 3-2, which is this runway here. And if I want to make a proper entry, of course, I would come in on the 45 like so. But since I came in, since I overflew the path, there was no one else at the airport. At least I didn't see or hear anybody else. So just for the sake of consistency, I am going to fly this same route that I flew with the X-plane version. Okay. So, and apologies for the technical difficulty, but this is a new sim and it does have its issues. Okay, so I should be able to see the airport, and there it is. It's right where it should be. And I'm gonna get down the pattern, which is 1300. So I'm pull some power out. All right, put a little bit of power back in to arrest my descent and make a call. Lakeridge traffic, Cessna 175 Foxtrot Whiskey is on upwind runway 32 Lakeridge. Alright, so what's my altitude? Okay, so what I want to do is cross the highway and then turn to my left to crosswind. Okay, and I've got it trimmed pretty good. I'm pretty much managing my altitude at this point with speed. Okay, so I'm almost abeam the runway, but I'm not looking to land on 1-4. I want to do a crosswind leg. Okay. So fly, aviate, navigate, and communicate. So I'm going to aviate first. Make this turn to crosswind. Crosswind, so I'm navigating, and now I can communicate. Lakeridge traffic, 175 Foxtrot Whiskey type Skyhawk on crosswind, on left crosswind for runway 32, Lakeridge. All right. And where's my highway? I'm looking for I'm looking to be able to see a highway interchange to turn over. I don't see the interchange, so I'm going to go ahead and turn downwind. There's the interchange. Okay, I didn't see it, but since I'm familiar with this airport, I was able to find it. Lakeridge traffic, Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey is on downwind, left downwind, runway 32 Lakeridge. Okay, so, and once we get abeam the runway, then we'll configure for landing. And I am not really paying a lot attention to my, okay, I'm gonna beam to my dials except for certain things. Lakeridge traffic, I'm I've already made my call. So what I want to do is I want to power back to 15. Okay, flaps 1. Turn base. Lakeridge traffic. Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey on left base, runway 32 Lakeridge. Alright. And 15. And Lakeridge traffic. Skyhawk 175 Foxtrot Whiskey turning left to final, runway 32 for stop Lakeridge. Okay, and I need flaps. So I'm way too fast and I'm pretty high. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop all my flaps. That's what I want. Okay, transition, pull my power out. Should get in ground effect and hold her off, hold her off. And stand on the brakes. Now, in reality, I should have went around because I knew that I was using up all my runway in floating, and that's because I came in too fast. But anyway, you guys get to see the differences between flying the X-Plane version and flying the Microsoft version. And again, back to the same disclaimer, I am more proficient with the X-Plane version at this point in time. I'm sure that I will continue flying the X-Plane version until Microsoft work out a few more of the bugs that I've experienced. And I should mention that at this airport, I've never seen a beacon that looks anything like that. I'm not even sure there is a beacon at this airport. And so the buildings don't match. But anyway, that's to be expected. It's not a handcrafted airport. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments about this video, please leave them below, and I appreciate you guys watching. Ciao.